Right, Aaron's back. Certainly tough to top last week, so we don't put the pressure on you because last week was so nice.
Todd leaves for a few days, and
yeah,
look what
right?
I let happen to the weather.
Yeah, now you're on the hook for this week. So
We can just blame Keith or Jason or David. Just
No,
somebody that's.
I've got decades of blaming Keith. Let's just do that.
Let's go. Let's stick with that.
Fits right in, absolutely.
I mean, it's not the greatest. It's a little bit foggy outside this morning, which is why the visibility is lower across the entire state for the most part. Almost everybody had a great day yesterday, except for a lot of people in northwestern Maine. And this morning, gonna look great like it did yesterday, but it is getting a little bit farther north this time. Caribou down to half-mile visibility. Millinocket down to 3/4 of a mile of a visibility. Most of the rest of us in the southern half of the state still seeing the same story, just a little bit less foggy, but nonetheless, it is still quite gray outside, and it will be for your whole day. This is a look outside in gray, where we now can see that fog out there, so just give yourself a couple extra minutes. I mean, not much for a lot of areas, but still enough where you might want to just take your time as you're heading out on the roads. And everything is a little bit misty, so there's a layer of water, not even like sitting water, just everything's a little wet outside at this point because we had some of that, and you can see it right here, turning into a bit of mist outside across the state right now, just a little bit to make everything a whole bit more damp as you step out. So just be aware of that when you go for your morning here. Now for your afternoon and evening, we're going to have this system starting to move through the area, and as that does, that's going to bring this rain back into your forecast. The bulk of your day will feel kind of drizzly overall, so we're going to see that kind of continuing here as we head through your Monday. So it's going to feel like a Monday. We're going to have clouds outside for the whole day. We're going to have a little bit of mist or light drizzle as you head through your morning here. But as we get into the second half of your day, this is where stuff starts to pick up a bit more. So we head into your afternoon and evening, we'll start to have some showers moving in from the southwest. And as they do, it's going to get the western half of the state first as far as rain is concerned. And then as we move a little bit further into your evening, get towards tonight a bit more, we will have this pick up at times. And you'll notice there will be some scattered heavier showers within this system. So you'll have some pops where you could have some lightning outside in the forecast, as well as some heavier showers. But for the most part, a lot of this will remain a bit more moderate or a bit lighter as this moves through, but you will still have those times. Tuesday morning starts off with clouds back in the forecast as well, and a couple scattered showers remaining for your Tuesday. But as those continue, we'll also see some sunshine and clear skies mixing in. So tomorrow's really going to be a mixed bag of some sun, some clouds, a little bit of rain here and there, a little bit of everything going to be in your forecast. Even more fog again starting off your morning tomorrow. Now for your marine forecast, seas today are at 2 to 3 feet. We're going to have wind gusts on the water getting up to about 25 knots, and there's a small craft advisory in place until tomorrow morning. Otherwise, for the rest of the week, first couple of days looking like yesterday. As we head in the middle of the week, not warming up quite as much as last week, but we will have the sun starting to pop back out as we move through there and getting partly cloudy skies here as we get into the middle of the week. So the middle should be decent. Unfortunately, if you had any weekend plans, not quite the same story. We're going to have more rain moving back into the forecast as we get to that point in time. Same general story here along the coastline, just a little bit cooler actually a lot of the times just because of that breeze off the water. But like I said, we had a really nice week last week. We're kind of making up for it a little bit with some gray.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, a week with mid-50s is kind of what you expect, this part of April anyway, so we'll take what we got. We appreciated the bonus we got last week, though, for sure. So thanks, sir. Appreciate that.